the noises this thing makes.
Hell.
As promised in the Land Rover Defender video, this is what it's like to own a F-Pace SVR. Oh my god, that thing sounds good.
It sucks.
Oh, it sucks? Is it miserable? I'll
sucks.
take it off your hands, I mean.
Yeah.
I'll just take it home. All right, you can go back in the Expedition.
No, it's a beauty. No, glad to be here again, though. And
yes.
by popular request, I'm back with no gum.
No gum.
Which your audience will be very happy with.
He had an entire 15 sticks of gum in his mouth before this video. I'm like, Preston, spit out your gum.
Emulating a chipmunk. Right?
So yeah, F-Pace SVR.
Yes.
Prior to this was the Range Rover with the same 5-liter supercharged V8, but not the same power output.
Yep.
I guess jump right into it. Why did you pick this? Because
a few different reasons. I wanted something that was a little bit sportier.
Okay.
You know, contrary to the name Range Rover Sport, it's a very heavy car. Don't get me wrong; it's very plush and enjoyable. It's sort of that, one size fits all car where it really checks all the boxes between performance, luxury, speed. But it did feel a bit boaty at times. And we had other SUVs. I had the EV Jeep at the time, so it was time to kind of downsize to something else a little bit more. Well, this isn't really a downsize,
but it's a more compact.
Yeah. This is more. I gave the analogy last time. This is more of like an Urus or something than like a plush. Big,
it's
heavy
more
luxury
driving
SUV.
oriented. Like I think you told me it's 700 pounds lighter.
Yep. Than the Range Rover
Sport. Yeah. So that is a big difference.
Yeah, and it has like the torque vectoring and all those kind of quirks that all these performance brands are putting in their cars now to make them feel a lot lighter and more nimble than they really are. Like the RSQ8 has that, for example, the new one. I know the Urus. The Urus doesn't have rear wheel steer though, or does it? I think it does.
I should know because I made a video on it, but I don't remember.
The DBX that just came out,
yes.
I don't think has it, but it also has the torque vectoring. But
yeah.
It's interesting because this sits in a a category where there are so many cars like it.
I'm driving one this week that is a direct competitor.
I was just going to mention that. So they're very close spec sheet wise.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both 505 for you,
550 for this one,
550 here.
But mine is faster in a straight line.
Yeah. I mean, I have a good relationship with my salesman at JLR Farmington. So
yeah.
I mean that wasn't the impetus to get this car. No, I mean
it's an awesome car.
Yeah.
So like,
when I saw the F-Type SVR get unveiled, that car was I just thought it was an incredible view with the exhaust and everything.
I like the regular F-Type R more than the SVR.
Do you? I don't
like the bigger wing and the bigger intakes on the F-Type. On the F-Pace, yes, this is the way to go.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But so when I got wind that there was an SVR F-Pace coming out, I'm like, I have to have it. So,
I'm going to ask you what your favorite part. And I think I know what it is. That.
It is absolutely antisocial level loud.
The sound
when you want it to be.
Is hysterical.
It's a joke, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds exactly like an F-Type R.
Yeah.
Sound like.
And
the
great thing is, too, I don't think I've ever driven it, honestly, with the valves closed. But if you want to be a nice neighbor or, be courteous when you're driving through a downtown area, whatever, it is very civilized when the valves are closed. And I like that it's kind of best of both worlds that you want to be. But like I said, I just act like a hoon the entire time.
You can like wake the dead with the exhaust on this thing.
It's hard not to. It's valve, like I said, so you could change the exhaust modes. It's it has different drive modes that
Quiet.
I think
loud.
Yeah, I think I talked about in the Defender video. I like the fact that you can change the the weight of the steering, the throttle response. It really stiffens up in the dynamic mode. So this has. It doesn't have launch control, unfortunately. That's the one.
Neither does the Alpha.
Which is interesting. Oh, it doesn't?
No.
You just have to
I'm just brake boosting it.
Okay.
Like C8.
Yeah, C8.
Oh, wait. We're going to roll the windows down slightly and make some noises.
This is pretty insane, actually.
Yeah, variable drive modes. This is also the 2020, right?
Yeah, it's a 2020.
They made a couple random changes. The one thing, though, that I don't like, it's on all seasons.
I know, which is odd,
dumb.
but...
Wait.
Here, hold on.
Oh, yeah. And it cracks and pops just like the F-Type
it's
and
obnoxious.
everything. Yeah.
It's completely obnoxious.
We were just cruising on the way out here, and I'm in the Stelvio Quadrifoglio, which is a great car and it sounds good. But you've got you in this, and then Matt in the Shelby 350R, and I'm like, I have the quietest car of the bunch, and the least horsepower.
Yeah, and it gets a ton of attention too. And I'm not one of those people. If you looked at me driving this, you'd say, what is this ass doing, driving this bright blue car? But I've never been somebody who likes to, seek attention or whatever. But it really does. I mean,
the color looks really nice, though. 22-inch wheels, and I did remember one of the comments on the Range Rover video was like, when you describe a Range Rover owner, this is the exact guy I picture.
Thanks. I guess I don't. Is that a good or a bad thing?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Whatever.
No, but I mean, if anybody watching this sees me or whatever, please come up to me and ask me about the car. I love to talk to people about cars in general. It's such a passion, so be happy to show you it or whatever.
Let's talk about. Oh, wait. The other question is there anything you don't like about it?
Yeah. So.
Ooh, you're ready.
Did I even talk about what I did like?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, wait, you did. The sound. We sound.
All right, we'll talk about what I don't like first. That's usually good to tackle. When you were doing sort of your setup shots earlier, where you were looking at some of the interior, so down, you can probably hear this down here.
Plastic.
The lower door trim is plastic, and that does bother me. Putting my elbow, resting it up on here by the windowsill, it's pretty hard.
Yeah,
it is sort of like a leather coated, but I think it's faux up here. Mm-hmm. So like the dash is real leather. It's stitched and so, but there's just a lot of touch points in the car that feel a lot cheaper than they should be.
Because this is a $95,000
right.
vehicle.
It was about $95 with the options it has on. It has. I didn't even really go over the spec, did I?
That's pretty much fully loaded.
Yeah. So it's ultra blue. Yeah. Over black leather. It has the carbon fiber interior package, so I think that was a couple grand. The black 22-inch forged wheels that it came out, I think that was like a $4,500 option.
Okay.
What else? I think it came with it.
Alcantara
this is
headliner.
An option too. I think the Alcantara headliner. What am I forgetting?
You can't get carbon ceramic brakes though.
No, you can't. That to me is a little ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
considering the rest of the segment, because Cayenne Turbo you can get them, although X5M you can't. Which
really?
Is
you
interesting.
can't?
No,
I thought you could.
No, you can't.
The Stelvio quad I'm driving right now has carbon ceramic brakes,
so
and they are $8,000, and they stop very hard.
Yeah.
Honestly, unless you're tracking these a lot, I think the principal benefit of having carbon ceramic brakes on like the car I'm driving now, no brake dust.
Right. Exactly.
The wheels are staying. Your wheels are pretty filthy now because they're black.
And for a lot of theirs, there they are.
Oh, there they go. Yeah.
So this is the segment of, that's another good point. I guess it would be a negative. I would 100%, if I got another one of these, I'd get ceramic brakes if they offered it. This is the segment where it makes sense to actually get them.
Yeah.
If you're a serious track day person, first of all, you're not going to be driving an SUV that weighs 5,000 pounds. But second of all,
that is a cop.
like a GT3 RS or something, you're going to get steals because they grab better. They heat up. The temperature. They heat up the temperature much quicker.
I want to spend $25,000 replacing my brakes. Please, I would love to.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, and they warp.
I would love to replace my carbon ceramic brakes.
Yeah, but when you're stopping something that weighs like a house, this isn't as heavy as something like a G63. I think it's a little bit lighter than an Urus 2. It's not as heavy, but I would really like to have the extra grabbing power. Yeah. And I would, in a heartbeat, get the ceramics on the
I slammed on the brakes in the Stelvio earlier, and Camilla was like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She was like, oh!
Yeah, there goes your lunch, right?
Yeah, they are quite grabby. All right, so...
Move. All right, go ahead.
SVR, you were on the Range SVR, and you're still talking about possibly getting one.
Yeah.
Because the G-Wagon is being it's an 18-month wait now right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to blacklist myself, but long story short, the dealer that I'm dealing with that vehicle is just being a little bit disingenuous. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. And no matter what, it's very difficult to find a brand new G63 right now, and a lot of them require a massive over sticker price, which is just annoying. Yeah. So you're thinking SVR Range again?
Yeah.
But is there a point?
It is interesting. Oh, is that a Pista?
That is a Pista.
Lord.
Nice.
I don't, despite the fact that they share the power plant, I do think that they're very different vehicles.
Okay.
And like I've said before, I mentioned in the Defender video, this drives a lot more like a Panamera or a GT63S Mercedes. Or
it's like a slightly taller sedan.
It's a taller sedan. The SVR has the muscle and the same obnoxious noise and all that, but again, the touch points and things they're like it's soft leather up here. Door trimmings on the bottom, all soft leather. And even though it's an SVR vehicle, the Range, it's very supple. It's like driving on a cloud on the road.
It is.
I've driven the new one and the pre-facelift, and they're just fantastic cars.
Land Rover's still above Jaguar.
Yeah, and I just have a weird fascination, I guess, with JLR. I just
you do.
I never thought that I would.
You're a sucker for the depreciation.
And I was I was on the train in the past too, these are totally unreliable.
Yeah.
joke reliability, really. But after owning them and actually sort of getting down to the nitty-gritty with them, they're actually not. I haven't had a problem with any of them. This is the third one. So
most of my friends, you included, who have had multiple of them and driven them a good amount, haven't had major issues.
No, they haven't.
It's like minor electronic things, but...
And you do get the occasional nightmare. Like,
yes.
I think, didn't John have the thing with the infotainment or whatever?
But it was a minor electronic thing. He did a battery reset and it went away.
Okay.
It wouldn't let him turn off stop start.
Okay,
he'd tap it and then it would turn back on again. He'd tap it again.
Sorry.
God, this thing sounds so good. No need to apologize. I'm going to be doing the same thing when I drive it.
That's another negative, is you're always just driving it balls out.
Oh,
so It just wants to go.
We were driving
it wants to go fast
on the way over here.
Yeah,
that was fun. But Mobeen had the big issue. He had some body control module going or something. That whole thing
that's
lit
right.
Up.
But
his was one of the first of the refreshed ranges.
Yeah.
But overall, they're great. So anything we're not covering with what it's like to own a F-Pace SVR. I mean,
are we?
Stelvio quad I like it a lot. I think I love the huge giant metal paddle shifters. I actually think I like the interior of the updated Quadrifoglio more, which you can stay with.
I'm gonna have to drive it.
Yeah,
check it out.
We'll go swap it a second.
The one thing that also is kind of annoying, and this isn't really a complaint because most cars are like this, but I like the fact that the Alpha has the steering wheel or the column mounted shifter.
Well,
I hate the fact that it's hard to, if you're really driving aggressively and if you do go on the track with it or whatever, it's very difficult to use the paddles. So you have the little pistol shifter down here where you can do it, and you can say, I can do that. It's the same as the steering wheel function. But that's just a nitpicking. But no, what I like about the car, it's the power plant is just intoxicating.
The sounds
to me, it sounds better than any other stock SUV. The exhaust too. I mean, it's
like a Trackhawk could probably argue with that.
It sounds better than an Urus.
Yes, it does. I would absolutely agree. Yeah.
It is.
Let's see.
I think a little underrated in terms of the speed. I think Car and Driver, they were saying 4.1, but other. Goodbye.
Goodbye, SQ5.
Just destroyed an SQ5.
That's not really a fair competition. We got like 200 more horsepower. That's not even SQ5, is it? I think it's just a regular Q5.
Yeah.
That's really not fair, Lid.
I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to egg me on. You have people like that to try to break.
Well, you're in a bright blue, very loud SVR. Love the way it looks.
Yeah, where was I? I got distracted.
I don't know.
See, that's the problem with it. You can't even focus on what you're thinking or saying.
We have a combined attention span of a 12-year-old.
Yeah. What else? I talked about the power plant.
Would you go back to a sports sedan? It seems like set on the SUV.
I think I kind of have to. There's too many damn SUVs in the household. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That
was a 70th anniversary 48.
That was, excuse me, that was a, sir, please let me have a piece to allocation purchase.
The 70th anniversary?
Yeah. Any of those are, those tailor-made ones. Sir, please give me your special run.
You're going to get both of us black listed by Ferrari.
I know.
For all the Ferraris that we aren't able to afford at the moment.
Hopefully that would be a good problem to have, at some point.
All right, let's wrap it up. What it's like to own a F-Pace SVR. I wonder if people are going to get angry because I keep calling it a F-Pace. I don't like the name. I don't like the name.
It is kind of a stupid
name.
name.
F-Type was cool.
Yeah.
And then F-Pace, I was like, huh?
Yep, I know. Look, I think that Jaguar really got rid of the stigma when they first came out with the initial run of the S and so on.
Yeah.
Of Jaguar shouldn't be making SUV. That's just not true. And if you still think that, you haven't driven one of these. Because if you have any experience with the Jaguar brand, if you've had, I don't know if people have had XKRs or the F-Type, this is the DNA in this car. It absolutely is in line with the brand.
Cool.
I mean, the motor, it just sounds like a roaring Jaguar. I mean, it's just true to the brand.
You sound like you're pretty happily in love.
Yeah, Jaguar, you should hire me. You should be giving me this for free. No, everything, it's great, all weather too. The all-season tires probably, could probably benefit from some winters or summers.
All season equals no seasons.
So, but it is, it's very practical. You were in the back the other day.
It wasn't as
hanging out of the
comfortable
trunk
for me,
and filming. So
yes.
No, it's awesome. I've driven it to Chicago a couple times and back on trips. And, it's very comfortable. You can be a complete idiot when you want to, but you can also, you could go show up at the country club.
That's the best thing about these type of luxury performance SUV crossovers.
And I think you're wrong. People are wrong to say that you can't be a car enthusiast that likes SUVs.
Oh, that's not true at all.
There's so many.
I'm having a blast in my Stelvio right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, but I probably need to add a sports car to the lineup soon.
I agree. Wholeheartedly support that.
Yeah.
And with that, with many tangents, that is what it's like to own a F-Pace SVR.
It's awesome.
No gum was chewed in this video.
There will never be again.
Leave supportive comments below. Thank you very much.
Absolutely destroyed on the last one. So.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.